and do it right and do it with love and care. And maybe somebody who doesn't need long-term, maybe short-term care or perhaps respite care. Thank Palm Garden of Ocala for sponsoring the LifeSouth segment with Galen Unold. And take a tour of Palm Garden and be prepared for when you have a need for somebody's care at a health and rehabilitative facility.
And ask for Jan Marino. She'll give you the best tour ever. Just drop in on her. You don't need an appointment.
Yeah. And they might offer chicken tenders, too, because they're really good with chicken tenders.
They keep them just for you, Larry. Tenders at a steakhouse. That's the new one. The horseradish.
That's not new.
It's on the menu.
Well,
it is.
Are you happy that with this fact, though? We did order, what is that thing called? The Awesome Blossom?
The Bloomin' Onion.
Oh, Bloomin' Onion.
Yes, we ordered 2 of them.
Now, who sells the Awesome Blossom?
Longhorn.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Longhorn.
The Bloomin' Onion, don't look at the trans fats in them.
Oh, I'm sure there's 100. Yeah, I'm sure it's heavy. Okay.
It's not. It's the sauce. That sauce that makes it so good. That you dip in. That's really what you're like. And then all the salt and the bloomin' onion. But it's not the healthiest thing, but it's good. It's tasty once in a while.
Yeah,
Chicken
they do a good
tenders
job.
at Outback. Okay. All right, I got to file that. If my son got that, I would sit there and look at him and go, "Really?" I mean, you could have got like the. I think they have like an Aussie chicken something that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not chicken tenders. I don't know. Chicken tenders.
So you opt for the chicken and not chicken tenders. Okay.
That's a lot of food. It was a lot of food. I've never taken something home. I'm not a box guy. Would you like a box? I've never done that in my entire life. But this time...
Well, you got 2 bloomin' onions. I mean, those bloomin' onions are just massive.
Well, I didn't eat the whole thing.
Oh, we had 9 people.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Here we
Eat
go.
'em all.
Here we go. Which team has played in 4
By
Super
the way, a
Bowls?
bloomin' onion isn't a good shareable appetizer.
What do you mean
Right?
it's not? It's
Why not?
perfect.
It's hard to... You have to cut it and it tears and pieces go everywhere.
And that is so hard to
And then
do.
when you dip it into the sauce, the crumbs get in there. It's not a good shareable...
What?
No.
It's not a good shareable appetizer.
You take the sauce and you dump a little bit on your mini plate, and then you pass that thing around. You don't dump it in
true.
the thing.
Well,
That's true, but it's still hard to cut the onion part. It's always stuck at the bottom.
Wait a minute. That's maybe you're talking about at the table at the Outback. But if you go to the baseball game with Doug and it's just you and Doug, don't worry about the mess. Just tear a piece off and eat it.
Oh, gee.
Oh, no, absolutely. If you're at a baseball game with another dude, it's fine. That's completely all right.
Doug and I got one once at the Devil Rays game when they were the Devil Rays.
Yeah.
And oh gosh, it was I fell in love with baseball all of a sudden. I was like, I love baseball.
Because of the food.
Yeah.
I love the food at a ballpark.
That's awesome. That's pretty funny. That's pretty good.
Here's some
All right.
Super Bowl facts.
Get to your know-it-all stuff.
Yeah, here's the note. How many pounds of guacamole will be eaten on Super Bowl Sunday in the United States? 8 million pounds of guacamole is the answer.
So none of this has anything to do with the game, then?
Yes, it does. I got some of that stuff here.
Okay.
One of the
By
top...
the way, I don't like guacamole. You like guacamole?
Not really. I am not a guacamole
No.
I
fan.
don't like avocados. I'm not an avocado guy. I don't like it.
Me too. I'm with you on this. However, I must tell you, there's a place that does it right that I like it. What was the name of that place? Taco
Viva.
Yeah. No,
Used
no,
to be
no.
in the mall.
No.
Oh,
Down this way.
down that way.
Tijuana Taco or something.
Oh, yeah. Tijuana something.
Whatever that place is
Do you
called.
want a Flats?
Yeah.
That's it. Tijuana Flats.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they do
Put a
it.
lot of lime. They put a lot of lime and lemon in there.
Is it right?
So you probably like the tangy.
They
yeah.
do, I don't know. It's the only time I've ever liked guacamole was there. Okay.
That's good.
All right.
Over 700,000 footballs are produced annually for official NFL use. 72 of them are used for the Super Bowl.
Wow. Wow.
By the way, we had 2 Super Bowl players in this studio yesterday.
Yeah, we did. They're amazing.
Can you guess who they were, Galen?
I'm sure they were all Miami Dolphins.
Yep.
Don Nottingham.
Yeah.
And I'm
When's
sorry.
that tournament?
I don't know. They're coming in to talk about it. But I'm trying to remember who the other guy was. There was another gentleman. He also had a Super Bowl ring on.
Yeah.
And my gosh, that is a big ring.
Huge. You
They're
know.
even bigger now. I mean, they got more diamonds in them now and everything.
Oh, my gosh,
They
it
put
was-
a lot more money into those.
Gigantic. All right. Which team has played in 4 Super Bowls but has never led at any point during the game?
The Buffalo Bills, Larry.
Minnesota Vikings is what it says.
For the Minnesota Vikings. Okay, yeah, because that's right. The Buffalo Bills led. That's right. Yeah, they led in the first one.
What is the name of the
bad.
trophy for the winner of the Super Bowl? What is the name of the
The
trophy?
Lombardi Trophy.
Yes.
You got to know that.
I didn't
You
know
got to
that.
know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they mentioned it like 72 times during the broadcast.
Yeah. Well, I only
You
watched
know
the
what
commercials.
constantly,
Football.
you got to know that.
You know, we have concluded, Robin and I, that we like the commercials better than the halftime show.
Yeah.
They're more entertaining. Which player has?
Hey, by the way, I think Justin Timberlake will do a good job at the halftime show.
I think all of them do a good job. Prince was one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah, I don't know if all of them did a good job, but you have to go back and think.
No, I remember one that didn't. It was the Who. Remember when the Who did a
Yes.
show?
Yeah, the Who sounded horrible. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
were bad.
I was a bit.
I think we could find some that didn't do a good job. But I really think that Justin Timberlake's such a great entertainer. I think
Johnson, he will do well. He's still young enough to do well. I think when they get these old guys, like Paul McCartney, okay, I wrote him
Yeah.
a pass because he didn't sound that great, but it's Paul McCartney, you know.
Rolling Stones.
Yeah. Well, is he going to bring back Janet Jackson? You know, those two still don't talk to each other because after the incident.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, because I read some article about it like a week ago because he still says it was staged. They planned it. This was choreographed. We were going to do it. And then when all the hubbubaloo, Janet Jackson just kind of buried him under the bus. What a movie. Can you imagine that happening now? The world would go crazy. They would all yell, "Me too."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I
Oh,
believe
my God.
him.
He would be arrested. He would be arrested today.
Yeah, but I believe him. I
That
believe it
happened.
was staged.
Yeah.
I do too.
I believe
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because who puts jewelry there?
Yeah, exactly.
Robin?
I wish it was in high. By the way, don't you wish it was in high def now and you could pause it, rewind it, pause it?
And how did the camera guy know to be there at that particular instant?
Oh, they had practiced it. Yeah,
Oh,
there's
sure,
no doubt. And I
sure.
just don't
I
think
don't
they were
believe
ready
her.
for the. Now everything at the Super Bowl is on a 10-second delay, and yeah. So
All right. I don't know how to work a 10-second delay. We've had them. I never knew how to work. All right. If the Super Bowl is the second most watched sporting event, what is the most watched sporting event every year?
every year,
That's what it says.
every year.
Maybe this means
you
in
know
the
what?
world. Here's a hint. It probably means in the world, not in this country.
So it's not the World Series.
Yeah, I get that. It's got to be no. Gosh, no. The World Series isn't half of what the Super Bowl is. I'm trying to think. It's got to have to do something with soccer.
It is, yes.
The problem is the World Cup only comes every 4 years, and I know that's much more viewed across the world than anything else. I don't know. I don't know.
I will tell you. It's the Soccer Champions League final.
Oh.
All right.
Don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's always the same two teams.
Which player has won the Super Bowl MVP 3 times? Are you there?
Yeah, I am. Hold on. My Bluetooth changed.
Oh, okay. I thought
Is it Joe Namath?
All right.
No, it is Joe, though.
Say the question again.
All right. Which player has won the Super Bowl MVP 3 times?
Oh, Joe Montana.
Montana is right.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot about him.
It's about to be Tom Brady. Tom Brady's going to win his third this year. So
What company pays the MVP of the Super Bowl every year to sponsor their business?
Disney World. Disney.
Yes, Disney is right.
Oh.
Which team was the first team to win 5 Super Bowls?
The Patriots last year.
The Packers.
It says Pittsburgh Steelers.
No.
Oh.
Oh, the first one. I guess that's right.
Pittsburgh
They
Steelers.
wanted over their career. Yeah.
It's
I was
first.
thinking of individual player. That's my bad.
Which team won the first Super Bowl?
Say it again.
Which
I know,
team
I'm waiting on Galen.
won the first Super Bowl?
Oh well, that of course is the Packers.
And I could tell from Robin's face she knew.
Yeah, I was waiting on Galen.
Oh yeah, she knew it. She's a know-it-all. Her answer though for everything is Packers.
Hey, I didn't know this. There are only 4 NFL teams that have never played a Super Bowl. Can you name all 4 of them?
Let's see. Houston,
Yep. Texans.
the Jaguars,
Yep. Jacksonville.
the Cleveland Browns,
Yep.
the Detroit Lions.
You got it. That's all 4.
Yep.
Wow. Good job, Galen. You are the man. You're all
That's an
amazing.
easy one. That's an easy one.
A persistent rumor says that sewage systems in major cities fail during Super Bowl halftimes.
Yep. That's it. Every year they say it.
That's awesome. By the way, that makes more sense than anything. That's great. That's great. That's something you would never think about. It's like, all right, look, fellas, I know it's Super Bowl, but it's a big game for us for a different kind of bowl. Imagine like you know what I mean? The
toilet bowl.
The pep talk that the whatever they call the engineers, the sewage engineers, whatever they are.
Mike Scott Plumbing, they call it. Mike Scott Plumbing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. All right, guys, look, this is a big day for us. Big money day, big money day. Yeah.
Double time for you guys.
Come
You're all
on, that's
coming into
great.
work.
See, now that's an ad that Dan needs to put together for Mike Scott Plumbing.
Oh, what a cool idea.
By the way, those are so good.
Oh, yeah. Dan and Brittany are amazing. They're
The TV show MASH was the
Hard for me
most.
to give him any credit, but he's great at that.
The TV show MASH was the finale of MASH was the most watched show in television history with over 106.5 million watchers until 2010 Super Bowl when they surpassed that number.
Really?
2010. Yeah.
Wonder what happened. What happened in 2010? Who were the teams?
That's me.
Let me think. Got to go back. I don't know.
We don't have
Who was it, Larry?
I don't have the name here.
Oh.
And I also
Because here's why. I get confused when they say the year. Like 2010, is that in February of 2010 or the winner of what they call that season Super Bowl? If that makes sense, because it's in February and the season's in the previous year.
Oh, yeah.
I
that
always
makes
get that
sense.
confused.
Oh, wow, I didn't know
So
that.
I get lost. Yeah.
Let's see. The average cost of a 30-second commercial during the Super Bowl was $37,500 in the very first one. And in 2017, last year, it was $5.5 million.
Wow.
Wow. For
Wow.
30 seconds.
I'm still stuck in 2010. Because remember
Do you want me to Google
the
it?
Saints won it because it was because it was Katrina, right? Katrina happened. And then the Saints went on to win the Super Bowl. And that may have been it. That must be the year.
Oh, because of the New Orleans Saints.
Right.
Oh.
Must
All
be
right.
that.
Did
I
they play
just
the
Googled it.
Vikings that year?
I just Googled it.
No, they did not.
New Orleans Saints, yeah, and Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, okay. So Galen's right.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was in Miami, right? Miami Gardens, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gosh, I don't know, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, couldn't have said anything about that.
The priciest tickets to Super Bowl I, which was played January 15th, 1967, cost $12.
Isn't that something?
cared.
Adjusted for inflation, that would be $89 today.
Well, it wasn't even, it was like the third favorite sport in America at the time. It was behind baseball and I think horse racing. So it was harder to get a ticket for the Indy 500 and the World Series, and depending on who was in the NBA finals. I mean, football just wasn't what it was. And then TV is such a perfect venue for football, and that's what's made football.
I'm curious if this was something you knew. In Jacksonville, when they hosted Super Bowl 39 in 2005, the city
the Eagles and the Patriots.
The city did not have enough hotel rooms to meet the NFL requirements, so they had to recruit 5 cruise ships as floating hotels.
Really?
I did know that. Yeah, sure did.
Wow.
Wow.
It's people. I've been to a Super Bowl in Atlanta, and I've been to one in Miami, and I've been to 3 in total. And what people don't understand is the massive people that just come and hang out and don't have anything to do with the game, and the pressure that puts on it. And when you have a town like Jacksonville, that is, it's huge, mass-wise and geographically, but it's really tiny as to where everybody was hanging out.
Yeah.
They just couldn't support it. I mean, it was just, they just don't have the hotels or anything like that. So, yeah, they brought them all up, and they were parked inside the harbor, and yeah.
A 2014 Change.org petition to have Weird Al Yankovic headline the Super Bowl
Yes.
that year in the halftime show.
Yeah.
Received more than 100,000 signatures.
Nice.
So how many times did you sign it, Larry?
I don't think I even knew about it.
I didn't either, but this
Come
is
on.
great.
Come on, you had to have signed it.
I would have signed it if I knew about it. But
I know, yeah. I mean, accordionists are supposed to stick together, don't they?
That's funny. Yes.
I mean, people in the band sometimes get picked on, but if you're an accordionist in the band, I think that would be pretty low on the totem. Right?
funny.
You got the drums, you've got the the snare drum guy's probably at the top of the heap, and then you got the
Snare drum
trumpet guy, the
Yeah, that's the
saxophone
sexy-
guy. Then you get into the oboes, kind of probably at the bottom.
All right, listen to this. Did you know this? I'm thinking you probably know this one, but I never heard this one. In odd-numbered years,
Yeah.
odd-numbered Super Bowls. I'm sorry, odd-numbered Super Bowls. The NFC team is the designated home team, while the AFC teams enjoy that honor during the even-numbered Super Bowls.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, it really doesn't, because it's a neutral field.
Because they're not home anyway.
Would have been right. What would have been interesting is if the Vikings had won the Super Bowl this year, then they would have been the away team in their own city, and they would have had to go to the visitors' locker room in their own city.
Really?
But
Wow.
that's about it. I mean, it's not even that big a deal. Anybody who ever says, "Oh, we lost the game because of the locker room," well, you lost the game before you even got to the stadium. Then I mean, you shouldn't have even showed up.
And who would say that?
So different.
That's stupid.
Oh, people make excuses for their teams for everything. So.
No sitting president has ever attended a Super Bowl.
Really?
That's what it says.
Oh
That
my
you can't. The
gosh.
security is just too much.
Vice president.
Security is just way too much. Yeah.
The Wonder Years, Family Guy, and Undercover Boss all premiered immediately after the Super Bowl.
Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh.
That's where they put their best. That's what they want, that market. Now the game goes on so late, they can't do that anymore. Now the game starts at 6:45. It won't be over because it's the halftime show's longer and everything else, and the game won't be over until after 10. So I don't know if they're going to do that anymore.
So now you have some know-it-all information for when you get to the next know-it-all gathering with your
Yes.
friends
Feel good.
and family.
I feel prepared.
Yeah, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, today we're actually at the Winn-Dixie out in Marion Oaks.
Oh, nice.
All right, go out to Winn-Dixie and
store.
Yeah.
donate some blood. And remember, you gave blood the Thursday before the Super Bowl, and then you'll know 8 weeks from now. You'll have a mark in time, just like we gave it 2 days before Christmas, I think.
Exactly,
Right?
yep.
So we have a mark.
Oh, there you go.
Mark in time. All right, Galen, have a great day. Be careful out there, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you for what you do.
Hey, you guys are the best. Bye, all.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Here is your 30-second news brief. FEMA yesterday reversed its decision to end emergency food and water aid to Puerto Rico. A Mount Dora man already jailed on child pornography charges is now accused of trying to hire someone to kill a Lake County judge. Citizens are questioning why Ocala police have not made an arrest yet in the hit-and-run incident that killed